stupid thing. So it looks like Alexis Sanchez is on his way out of Arsenal. If rumours are correct, he's going to Man City, but that's just a rumour. In actual terms, I can't see him being there next season at least. It depends how Arsenal do over the Christmas period. I did a video earlier in the year, in the summer, about the possibility of Ozil and Sanchez leaving in this transfer window, and that is a big possibility still. And I don't know how. Arsenal are not in the Champions League, so they'll happily take the money for one or the other or both. Their prize money and their TV revenue from the Europa League is less than the Champions League. And the way the club has been run since they built the Emirates Stadium, they're turning a profit. So for them, their profits be down, they would happily take the transfer money. Arsenal fans have questioned their transfer policy at times, and they've questioned the manager and they've questioned the owner. And I don't know how long Wenger's got left either. I only saw the rumour a couple of hours ago online, and it does beg the question, how long? I mean, does he go in January? Because where does he go to? Because I don't see Arsenal selling him to one of their rivals, which is basically everyone else in the Premier League. He will not go to another club in London. That will not happen. It doesn't matter which club it is. He definitely won't go to Tottenham because he doesn't fit their system. He won't go to Chelsea because they've pretty much settled across the field. One or two additions, but they're pretty settled. He won't go to Palace because they don't have the money, and even if they did, I don't think will enjoy it there simply because where they are in the league and how they play. Watford are starting to build something. They've got depth in that position. Man United, major rival of Arsenal, same as Tottenham, big rivals, won't go. He won't go to Merton. I mean, it's just the only club that makes any sense is City because of the amount of money they've got to spend. But I don't see him going there either because I don't see him being better than Aguero. It's rumoured that he's going there, but in that case, they've got to let someone go the other way. They've got to sell someone, and I don't see what player they sell. Because you can play anywhere left, you can play on the right, you can play in the middle, you can play up front. But I don't see him being. The only one I can think of is Sterling. Is any player he's better than, but at the same time, would he fit Pep's new system? Because Pep has altered his systems as time has gone. He's evolved a little bit as a manager. It's still very ticky-tacky. I'm not a big fan of that kind of football, but he has evolved his systems somewhat, so there's more goal scoring now. So I don't know where he would go to fit into that lineup. But he could go back to Spain, he could go to Italy, he could go Germany, France, he could go to the continent. He could go back to South America. We just don't know. But I can see him on his way out of Arsenal. He cuts a very dejected and frustrated figure at times. The same can be said of Ozil looking lost. Because Ozil looks lost half the time. He actually looks like he's just a tourist who got lost in London. Because he just disappears in games. But Sanchez himself, I don't know. He seems unsettled to a point. He doesn't seem as happy as he was when he first went there. I think because Arsenal have I think reached their ceiling at the moment. They either need a new manager or new investment. Because the transfer policy, I question it. Some of their transfers make no sense. So I'm questioning certain selections. And people can question the manager because at the end of the day, it's his tactics and how. But they're a good side, but the teams above them and the teams around them I think are better, and they do have sticky patches in the season and they're too inconsistent, and I think that's also frustrating Sanchez is they lose too many games they could win and they're not consistent enough, so his teammates have just wild fluctuations in how they play. They are not as intimidating to opponents anymore. When they get rattled, they just completely have a meltdown, and it can be loads of goals against, and they can suffer some heavy defeats. when they're on form, they can put 4 or 5 or 6 past the team. It's just which Arsenal turns up. And Sanchez will run around all day. And if the team are shipping goals badly, there's no draws with Arsenal. If there are, they're scoring draws, and it's woo. Can they hold out for the 2-2? Will it be 3-2 to the opposition? Can they get a 3-2 themselves? There's a lot of questions about Arsenal and their temperament, and can they actually defend? So that's an issue. But without Sanchez, they are a weaker side. Much weaker. And he will strengthen any side he goes to. But there are questions about his attitude. And I'm not saying he's a bad player at all, he's a world-class player. But he is cutting a dejected figure at times. Anyway, I mean, who do you think he goes to? At the moment the rumour is City. Next week it could be Barcelona again, or Real Madrid, or Atletico, or Bayern, or Dortmund, Juventus. It could be any. PSG. It could be another rumour mill of like who is he go next, because it was rumoured he was leaving in the summer. Then towards the end of that window, beginning of this season, it was rumoured he was going in January. So with the window opening in 3 weeks, it's going to be very interesting to see where he ends up. If he stays at Arsenal, I will be amazed. But if he does stay, he's definitely going in the summer. So either that, or a new manager comes in and he decides to stay for a season with the new manager. But I don't know who replaces Wenger. That's another issue. The club has reached a crisis point where Wenger has stayed too long, I think. And a succession plan is going to be difficult. It's like Ferguson stayed too long at Man United. The same issues are going to result, just with a slightly less successful team. And a team that is lacking even more depth than United. I think the Man United team that Alex Ferguson left was in better shape than this Arsenal team coming out of this season. Because I don't think anyone in this Arsenal team has won the Premier League, apart from I think possibly Welbeck. So those depth issues are there. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching. I know this video's gone on a little bit longer than I thought, but at the same time, Sanchez is a very interesting figure, and it's a very interesting story because this rumour has been going on for about a season now. He's going to leave soon, he's going to leave soon, and eventually the rumours are going to start gathering traction, and then it's going to unsettle the player more. And he will be an addition to any other side. He could probably fit into any other side. But City, I don't think he's better than Aguero. Sterling's the only one I can see him possibly slotting into his position. So there's that. Sturridge at Liverpool maybe, simply because they're injured a lot more than he is. So his fitness levels are key to where he goes. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will have some more videos for you soon, over the next few days. I'm going to call it a nice night. This is my last video of the day. But thank you very much for watching. Thanks a lot for watching. Sorry about that. Birthday cake going the wrong way. Please place your comments below. Please like and subscribe, and have a good evening.